This is it. We all have a different opinion. This is what I've realized. We all have a different opinion on what is meditation and what is mindfulness. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Gina and I'm delighted today to be joined by Federica, who's one of my team, but also by Mark and Rachel from a company called Mindful Therapies. Meditation and mindfulness. Someone just tell me the difference between what that is or how we describe the difference. How would we describe that? Because I've described it in certain ways that relate to me and resonate with me, but I know people have different opinions. So in a succinct way, how would we say the differences?
Can we both answer that separately? Because I think we've got something we want to say about this. So
this is it. We all have a different opinion. This is what I've realized. We all have a different opinion on what is meditation and what is mindfulness. So we'll go with you first, Rachel.
So meditation is formal practice where you are choosing to direct your attention in a particular way. It could be a visualization, it could be mantras, it could be focusing on the breath, it could be focusing on things that are happening in the present moment. But it's guiding your attention.
Mindfulness, though. Sorry to interrupt, because this is where I get confused. Is the
I'm getting to it.
Yeah. Put me back in my box.
Right. I'll start that bit again and we can edit. Right. Yeah. So basically, if we think about the Venn diagram,
Some people might not know what a Venn diagram is, so let's go back to basic. Yeah.
Right. I'll start it again then. So if we imagine that meditation is a practice.
Yeah.
It's a practice where you are directing your attention to whatever you have chosen to direct your attention to. So you might have a breathing meditation, you might have a visualization, you might have a mantra. It's whatever particular meditation practice you've chosen, but it's choosing, often sitting, to direct your attention in a particular way. Some meditation is a mindfulness meditation. So certain meditations are mindful meditations.
Mm-hmm.
Where the overlap happens.
Yeah.
And then mindfulness is anything where you are becoming aware of what's happening in the present moment.
Okay.
So mindfulness can be practiced through meditation.
Yes.
But it can also be practiced through going for a walk and choosing to notice what you can hear around you,
mm-hmm.
rather than listening to a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. I think so I get the overlap in the mindfulness and the meditation, and I see mindfulness, it's more present moment. Yeah, you're trying to be aware of the present moment, whether that's a breathwork meditation. So that's a form of meditation. That's mindfulness to me. It's a mindfulness meditation.
Being aware of what's happening in the present moment.
Yeah.
With an attitude of curiosity, etc.
Okay.
Meditation is one way of practicing mindfulness.
I would say mindfulness is one way of practicing meditation.
Yes.
Meditation is the overall. Mindfulness sits underneath that with a whole load of different subsets to mindfulness as well.
So if you think about two circles,
yes,
where you've got meditation in one circle,
yeah,
mindfulness in the other,
the bit in the
middle is mindfulness meditation. So there are meditations that are not mindful, and there are mindfulness practices that are not meditation, and there's a space in the middle.
Do you have something like this on your website that people could go to have a look at, guys, that you want to direct them to, or anything you could share with people to help them with this? Because even us debating it gets confusing, so it would be good to direct people.
We can create one of Rachel's favourite Venn diagrams.
Okay, so let's, on that note then, because it gets complicated and I can see why there's so many different views, because there's blurred lines. Mark, your summary then of it. And then
my summary is possibly slightly pithier. My summary is that mindfulness is a way of being. It's a way of being, and there are three elements to that. There's the intention to be mindful, the intention to live mindfully, to be more aware of what's going on moment to moment. To do that, we need to pay attention. We need to train ourselves to be able to notice what's happening rather than getting lost in the past or the future. And when we start noticing stuff, we then have to apply certain tools, certain attitudes to what we're experiencing so that we can deal with it. You know, if we notice that it's really horrible at the moment because we don't have contact with family and friends, and we notice that we're alone a lot of the time, and we notice that we can't do this anymore, and we don't have anything to then respond with, then that could become overwhelming. So we have a set of attitudes that we bring to it, which include curiosity, which include non-judgment, acceptance, beginner's mind, gratitude. So basically, for me, mindfulness is intention, attention, and attitude. And the attention bit is the meditation. And the meditation is practicing being able to pay attention. So what we do when we're meditating is practicing for the rest of our lives. So what we're not doing when we're sitting meditating, that's practicing paying attention. So it's practicing focusing our attention.
But is that mindfulness meditation where you're practicing attention?
Yes. Yes. So that if you're doing mindfulness meditation. So it gets complicated again. When we start thinking about some of the other types of meditation, they have a
and you know, that's the key for me, and probably because I come from originally a meditation background before I discovered the mindfulness bit. So when I think about meditation, it's literally clearing my mind of anything, not focusing on anything. Whereas mindfulness is a type of meditation where I'm then focusing on the breath to remain me in a meditative state, which is, you know, you're focusing on the sensations of the breath that's entering the nostrils and so. So this is where I have to try and get my definition right.
So I think one of the things that people get confused about when they come to mindfulness, particularly if they've had a different kind of meditation background, is, oh, how do I empty my mind? And actually, when we're being mindful, it's not about emptying your mind, but noticing what's there. So I think that's really good. I'm really glad that you said that, because that's one of the differences. We're not trying to empty anything.
And that's it. To me, that's the key difference. When I try and meditate, I literally am trying to clear my mind, and I have to start with guided meditations, which now when I think about it, it's mindfulness. A guided meditation to me is mindfulness, because I'm focusing on a voice or a sound or something, you know, I'm paying attention to what is being said. This is my own interpretation of how I try and define it. But when I'm fully meditating, I'm not thinking of anything. So that is literally, your mind is clear, there's nothing guiding you, and you're catching your thought, you know, you're trying to bat those thoughts out. Whereas the mindfulness is listening to a sound, a bell, or whatever we've done before, Rachel. So, you know, there's something in there as a prompt. That's my easiest way to describe it to myself, whether that's right or wrong. That's my perception of it.
Do you think you ever completely clear your mind?
I think there are times when I can, but I've been studying meditation. I said I did that for a decade now, so there'll be times where I can, but then a thought will come in and then I have to bat it away. But that's a practice of meditation for me. How long can I go without that thought coming in? When I use mindfulness, I feel like it's slightly easier. So for anyone who is maybe starting out on this, I would say start with mindfulness rather than the meditation, because when we think about meditation, we might put a bit more of a pressure on ourselves. Whereas mindfulness, you've got like the bell or a voice or something to look at. A mindfulness meditation, I should say, rather than pure meditation. So on that note, once again, thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a good session with clients. And Federica, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.